Testing, testing. Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. What's up? Live edition. Making sure you guys can hear me. Making sure you guys can see me. So if you guys can, holler at me. Shoot me a comment. Good morning. Right on. How's it going, guys? Doing things a little bit different this morning because our buddy Jeff is out pretending he's a muskie fisherman. So good morning. We'll give it a couple minutes. We can hang out, Q&A it. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. We'll run through a little special episode. I don't know about you guys, if you guys are dads, but sometimes you got to squeeze in the important things while you can. So I know it's only 8, but if I don't get it in early, it's probably not going to happen. So cheers to all of you guys. Happy Father's Day, guys. Good stuff. Hopefully you guys are hanging with the fam, drinking cold beer. Hopefully you guys got big plans today. So cheers. Let's jump in. I gave everybody enough heads up. So let's dive in because we've got quite a few things to cover and some time-sensitive things. So I want to make sure you guys get a chance to see it. By the way, if you guys aren't following us on Instagram, make sure you do, because when we get these time-sensitive drops, like the limited edition sets and stuff, I'm always going to tease it on Instagram so you know it's there. So that way you can be ready to go for it, okay? All right, so first off, for all the new people in, cheers, guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Keep that. No, it's probably not safe. There. No spilled beer. Okay. Here we go. I want to jump in and let's talk about some Megabass stuff. So a big restock week this week from Megabass Japan. Okay, so lots of restock items. If you guys have been waiting on anything, I'll highlight some of the key items in here so that you know what it is, and then a few new colors and a couple of limited edition items that I was teasing on Instagram. Okay, so let's start with those. That way you guys get a chance to grab them if they're still up there. So Children's Day. Children's Day is something that's celebrated in Japan every year. It's kind of the end of their Golden Week celebration. So Golden Week's like a whole week long of holidays. Something that the U.S. needs to get behind. I need a week off, right? So it's just a big party basically in the country. And Children's Day celebrates, basically the unique behavior of kids. It used to be called Boys' Day back in the day because, of course, right? But it's basically like a combination, celebrate the family unit, right? So in Japan, they will fly 3 different koi flags traditionally, right? They fly a black one, a red one, and a blue one, okay? And so we see a limited edition ice slide drop in those same colors. Now, the reason it's a koi is in Japanese legend. Dude, by the way, ice slide 262 is sick packaging, right? The legend is the koi swim upstream. When they get upstream, they turn into a dragon, they fly to heaven, right? So koi, that's the significance behind koi. So the significance of the colors. The black is representing the father, the red, the mother, and the blue, the firstborn son, because no other kid is important, right? So there is the color significance. So we see a limited edition drop in an ice slide. This is the first time that I have ever seen the ice slide be used as the bait of choice. I've been doing this a long time. I've never seen the ice slide like this. So here you go. This is the black colorway. You can see they're super dope. So they've got the scaled pattern, right? And this is like a semi-translucent, so like I can see the light through that. It's pretty dope. Cracked belly, super amazing. So in the 262, it comes in the black. In the 185, it comes in the red, and same idea, right? Just take it out. let's play. It's Father's Day. All right, so there is the red one. So again, same thing. It's got kind of the scaled back. It's got the cracked belly. That's pretty dope. All right, put that over there. And then there's the blue one for the 135. And same thing, right? So there you go. This is a limited one-time run. Now, these are available for purchase individually. So if you just want the 262, just want the 185, whatever, great. If you want all three of them, buy all three of them. But that way, you know, I know there's swim baits. I mean, obviously these are sick to collect, right? But I think you guys will enjoy tossing them around too. These are pretty dope patterns. So there you go. Okay. All right. The other limited drop is the popper set. Okay. So this is pretty normal for them to do poppers in these colors. So there you go. This comes as a set. There's a limited edition Pop Max, Pop X, and Baby. Let's see if I can. Hey, not supposed to jump out of there. Trying to shake that baby so you can see it. Well, it's kind of a purple colorway. So there you go. It comes. Can't see what the hell I'm doing. I need to drink more. In the cool box, right? So the Tencho set. This comes as a set, 60 bucks. Pretty dope, right? So this one definitely, I mean, it'd be fun to fish them, but I think that's a super amazing collector's set. So there you go. A couple limited edition drops this week from Megabass. Scoop them up while you can. I see some questions coming through. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the Slide Swimmer 175. The 175, we expect to see him in this week. So I'm sure you guys have been seeing Optimum's been teasing it. So we should see those come through this week. So keep your eyes peeled on that. I don't know what day yet, but probably mid to end week would be my guess. Okay. While we're on Megabass, let's talk about some key restocks. Okay, just so you guys know what to look for. Lots of things on the site that have been restocked this week. So let's just dive in. Okay, a few things that have been out of stock for a long time that you guys have been asking about are back, including the ORC. So just in time for kind of wake bait topwater season. If you guys have been waiting on the Overrev crank, they are back. All the colors are back. So all the key colors, Rainburst, the IU colors, naturals, the gills, right? Gilco, GG Gill, everything is back. So if you guys have been waiting on those are back in stock. Good morning, dude. How's it going? Did you fish this morning?
No, I went out with my sister last night.
Oh, lazy.
Yeah.
Deep X 300 colors are back. So in the Japan colors. So key colors like PM Gilge, Kucho Shad, Biwako Blue, those are all back in stock this week as well from Megabass Japan. Okay, cover scats. They are running a special run in July for our market. Okay, so hopefully by the end of July, we'll see cover scats. I know that was a question that's filtering around a bunch as well. Also, to go with the ORCs, the ORC Burning Shad is back in all the key colors. So again, the Hasu, the GG Gill, Frozen Glass, all those key colors. And basically the difference, right, if you guys aren't familiar with these, there's the size difference. You should be familiar with these. These are amazing wake baits. They have the LBO weight transfer system in them, right? Yeah. I think most of you guys are aware, but just in case. Oh, let's not hook myself. All right, so it's a great wake bait. It has the LBO system in it, so when you cast it, it's going to, shoot out like a bullet and then lock in place, right? So really dope. The little one got that nice sound. The big one, little lower, little louder pitch. So just a great all-around bait. This guy you can burn as well, and it'll dive down about 6 to 8 inches under the surface. This guy really designed to go slow and just have that really nice little wobble, nice little knock. So if you guys have been waiting on those, all of those are back. What else we got going over here? All right. Slap LBO. Okay, this is our #1 selling slap. And again, because it has that LBO weight transfer system in it, all of the colors are back this week. So it's been a few months since Japan has made these. So they're back. So if you guys have been waiting, this is just a great all-around crankbait / jerkbait hybrid. Does have that LBO weight transfer, so it casts great. It's got a great action. So really dope colors in this guy. So all of those are back in the LBO. We also see the Knuckle LD and the Knuckle LD Junior come back in all the colors. So this guy, this is an amazing little square bill. Kind of flies under the radar for a lot of guys, but it's definitely been on radar this year because we've been selling gazillions of them. A lot of you guys have been asking for the return. So here you go. All the colors are back. If you guys have been waiting on these, they're back in both sizes. If you're not familiar with the Knuckle LD, this is basically the bait that replaced the original Knuckle, right? So if you look behind me, I've got a graphic in the shop right here of the original Knuckle. And I keep it there because that was the original graphic that we had in this space. Even though the original Knuckle isn't there anymore, I just like the graphic. But the original Knuckle had a lip that you can adjust, right? So they replaced it with this guy, with the LD, and it's a computer board chip. So it's super hard and it's flexible. So what happens is, even though this is a rounder bait, when the water pushes against that, it tightens it up and it gets this really cool little fleeting action as it goes, especially when you adjust speed. So if you're going along and then you give it a little bit of, couple cranks, it will go, and then all of a sudden it just kind of darts off. Very, very natural. So there you go. Those are back. If you guys are fishing around grass, shallow water this summer, those would be dope to have all the colors in that. Okay. Max LBO Kasumi Ito is back. Is our #1 selling in the Max #1 selling color. In the Max LBO, it's a Japan only color, so we don't have it in all the time, but if you guys have been waiting on that dude, there you go. That guy is back. Sumi Ito's, I don't know, in my opinion, it's probably the dopest bait fish pattern they make. I think it's super cool. So there you go. That guy is back in the Max LBO. Also, we've been talking a lot that jerkbaits have been kind of a shit show. So if you guys have been waiting on jerkbaits, most all of the jerkbaits are back in stock, at least in the core US colors. Okay, so 110s. You guys have been waiting on 110s, like all the key colors, right? So like the perches are back, the shads, the wakasagis, French pearls, GG trout, right? All the key colors in the 110s, those are all back. We also did a huge restock this week of the 110+1 juniors. Okay, so hopefully you guys follow us on Instagram because we dropped them earlier this week. Couple of the colors have sold out already, but there's a bunch of key colors like Matte Shad, Ito Clear Laker, GG Threadfin, GG Perch, right? Those are all back. So if you guys have been waiting on that +1 junior, those are back and in stock now. Okay, couple questions. And please hit me with questions because we don't usually get a chance to do this live. So Batcher X, that is the new kind of frog jitterbug kind of bait that Megabass Japan has been teasing. Hopefully we'll see those in at some point this summer. Originally, Megabass America wasn't like overly juiced about it, but they tweaked a couple things last minute and really made that bait pretty special. So we're all pretty excited about that. So keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully in the next 30 to 60 days, we'll see some of those start to trickle in. Okay. Okay. All right. Somebody just mentioned Tiny Blitz DR. Stay tuned. I got you coming. Okay. A couple key restocks. Again, just to throw them out really quick. Vibration X Ultra. A lot of you guys have been waiting on those. Stealth Craw's back. S Crank. This is a really dope color. Let's take it out. That we don't get in all the time in the S Crank. This is MB Phantom. That guy is back in stock. This is in the S Crank 1.2. It's basically kind of like a Clear Lake Hitch kind of color. But just very natural. It's got that light kind of purple on the belly. It's fully transparent. It kind of goes to that kind of bronzish back. So if you guys are fishing around bluegills, you know, any kind of like gizzard shad or anything like that, this would be a super dope color. Those are back. It's actually the first time we've had them back in a really long time. So if you guys have been waiting, scoop that stuff up. Okay. All right. Evergreen swim jigs. We should hopefully start to see those. The ETA on those was July. So I would assume we should see those coming pretty soon. I-wing fry is still up in the air, whether or not that's coming or not coming. Hopefully we'll see it. It's a cool concept, but we'll see. Did my first order the other night. Thank you very much. So first off, there's more people in here since we cheersed earlier. So to all you fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Thanks for giving me some time. Thanks for hanging out. I figured this is the only way we could drink together, all right, before the family craziness goes. So cheers, guys. All right, cheers to everyone. Nrx Plus update. According to Shimano, we should be fully stocked over the next 10 to 14 days. So we'll see what happens. If you still have some pre-orders out there, we should be able to get those filled, plus rods make it to the rack. We'll see. Okay, so stay tuned on that. If you have any question on specific models, shoot me a DM, and I will get to it for you. Okay. Also, if you guys did do a pre-order with us and you're still waiting, we're gonna do something special for you guys once the rods ship. Okay, so hang in there with us. We appreciate the patience. We're gonna get you guys a gift card to the store for your patience. Okay, so cheers. We appreciate you hanging in there on those. Daiwa is expecting a huge restock on pretty much everything over the next week to 2 weeks. Okay, they said mid-June. Well, here we are, almost end of June. I don't even know what day it is, 15th or something like that, 19th, whatever day it is. So in the next couple weeks, we should see pretty big influxes of Daiwa and Shimano. I think everybody's planning on beefing up big before iCast. Okay. Oh, by the way, let's talk about iCast. If we did a meetup in Orlando before iCast, would you guys be down? Would anybody be interested in hanging? So we're thinking about just now that, you know, mask policies are lifted and things are more normal, whatever that means. Thinking about doing some meetups. So thinking about maybe next week, if anybody's in Vegas, thinking about doing one in Vegas, and then doing Orlando, and then maybe New York, upstate New York. I'm gonna drive up there and meet Hippie up there at Oneida. So would you guys be down to do it? Let me know. Okay, I'll post them on Instagram too. But let's do it. Let's hang out. Then we can have a beer in person. I mean, this is dope too, especially with it being cold. That's better. Hey, Louise, will you do me a favor? Did I hang those X80 Juniors anywhere that you know of? What did I do with those X80 Juniors? Oh, there they are. I answered my own question. All right. X80 Junior. This is a bait that went away and came back in some of the Respect series colors. It's one that we're hoping they're going to bring out and roll the entire line. I'm really hoping they do, because this is an amazing little bait. But for now, they're kind of dropping one color at a time. Okay, so this is the color they dropped for now. This is MG Secret Shadow. It's kind of that darkish kind of black color here. I think you guys are familiar with this, but it's Sunday. Let's geek out. While I'm pulling this out, ETAs on Orochi and Levante should be anytime now on both. Now, Levante should be the full line except for Leviathan Rochi should be the full line except for Leviathan and Launcher. Okay, those are still fall, unfortunately. So there you go. MG Secret Shadow. Okay, that's in the X80 Junior. Those are available now. A couple other little jerk baits. Restock the X70. Come on, bait. Turn around. Well, there you go. Upside down. PMIU, if you guys can see it. And GP Phantom. Maybe you just have to take my word. So those are our two most popular ones in the X70. Those are back. Okay. Let's jump over to some Deps. So a couple of restocks and a couple of new items from Deps. Okay. The new Steez rods we should also see at some point over the next week to 2 weeks. Okay. Again, fingers crossed. I have not got an update on the Valkyrie restocks, like that 7-1 medium heavy. I know I'm dying for them. You guys are dying for them. I haven't seen an ETA on those. I did see that they were making a special batch of TS Destroyer Blackjacks for us this month. So that's one that has been out of stock for a long time. It's one of my favorite rods for throwing swim baits and that kind of stuff. So we should see that if they make them this month. We should, in theory, see that at some point early to mid-July. So keep your eyes open on that. And I'll see if I can get a better ETA on the Valkyries. I'll follow up on that, okay? All right, dope. Oh, Deps. Let's talk about Deps. Couple things. So last week I was giving Jeff some... I don't know. I was just giving him a hard time. I like giving him a hard time. I miss Jeff. If you're watching, I miss you, dude. Stop trying to be a muskie fisherman. Just come home. So the Crow Mushi, it's a little bug bait from Deps. We added a new color this week. This is white with silver flake. So a lot of you guys have been posting pics with this thing, and that's sick. I'm glad you guys have been getting it. I'm glad you guys have been catching him on it. That's exciting. We see a brand new color in the Bull Slender. Okay, so this is, I don't know why this is a new color. I don't know why this wasn't one of the original ones, but green pumpkin, blue flake, for whatever reason, wasn't part of the original color run. So a brand new color in that green pumpkin, blue flake. You guys been waiting? And then you guys remember the Bull Slide? This was like, they teased it, they dropped it, sold out, and they never really made it again. They're starting to trickle back. So only a couple of colors. We see the champagne pepper, pearl neon, and the black one back in stock. But the Bull Slide is the Deps kind of back glide bait, right? So it's got the two little thingies on it, right? And it's designed, you rig it backwards, and it's going to basically glide away from you. Of course, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's designed as a back glide. So pretty cool. They haven't been in stock for basically since they launched. So if you guys have been waiting and those colors do anything for you, those are back. And then we see more restock in the Bull Flats this week, okay? So especially in the big ones, the 4/8, 5/8. We got a bunch in last week. This week we see the additional colors. So colors like bluegill is back, champagne pepper pearl neon, back. Green pumpkin candy is back. Watermelon red. All right, those are back. And then also in the non-salt, we see golden shiner added in there as well. So a lot of you guys were asking me this week too, the difference between the Bull Flat and the Bull Flat non-salt version, okay? So here's basically the difference in what you want to keep in mind on these guys, okay? So the non-salt version was originally made for the Japan market because there's a lot of lakes in Japan where they can't throw certain things, very heavy restrictions like no lead, right? So that's why you see a lot of tungsten things made in Japan that you don't see here. Things like the jackhammer, right? That's a one that I get the question all the time, like, you know, what's up with a tungsten jackhammer? They made it because there are a lot of lakes where their pros couldn't throw a regular jackhammer that had to be tungsten, right? So same thing with salt. There's a lot of lakes that don't allow plastic with high salt content, so they had to make a non-salt version. What that means for us here is that the non-salt version is going to have a slower fall, slower sink rate. Okay, so if you want the bait to kind of quiver and have a little more hang time between when it's moving and, you know, on the bottom or whatever, then go with the non-salt version. The non-salt also gives you some clearer color, so it's a little more transparent, a little more translucent in color, so a little truer, versus the salted ones are always going to have that little kind of clouded, you know, like a Yamamoto color or, you know, regular Deps color. They're going to be a little more solid based just because of the salt content. Okay, so just a different look. It's also going to be slightly more durable, the non-salt version. So yeah, options, right? Options are good. Okay, let me get to some questions, and then we are going to dive into some OSP, and we'll wrap it with OSP. So if anybody's here that hasn't been here, cheers. What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all you guys. Okay, let's get through some questions. Update on P5 Windbuster. Update on X-Bites. So X-Bites and Windbuster are both scheduled for fall delivery. Okay, meaning September, October. Fingers are crossed that we may see some small trickles in of those rods. Okay, so hopefully we'll see some small little drops over the summer. We're hoping. We did see some P5 restock this week, which is a great sign. So things like Z-Crank LZO came back, Tachyon Shaft came back, Killer Code came back, Cyclone came back. So, you know, we're seeing some refresh of it. So hopefully we'll see some this summer, but fall is still the ETA on that. Okay. All right. Let's get into OSP. Well, let's start. All right, I've been keeping this under radar. I haven't posted really much about it. I just posted a little like teaser clip on Instagram because I knew these things were going to fly out and I wanted to at least give you guys a chance, right? Okay. It's been a long time since these have been in, but the #1 selling crankbait in the OSP lineup, the OSP Blitz EXDR, they are back, and they're back in force. So all the key colors you guys have been waiting on: Tasty Shad, Sexy Shad, Ghost Minnow, Sunny Gill, Crystal Blue Shiner, Jade Shad, Jinrin, Matte Wakasagi, right? All those, these are back. Plus 2 new colors from OSP in that, which is pretty dope. Okay. So actually, I'm going to take these out. So this is a color that has been in stock in some of their other baits, or that they've rolled out in their other baits, but this is Real Oikawa. It's the first time we see it dropped in the Blitz EXDR. If you guys aren't familiar with the Blitz EXDR, you should make yourself familiar with this. This is the bait that Seth Fighter and some other dudes crushed on a couple years ago in the Elite Series, and it was the unknown crankbait, right? This is the unknown crankbait. We literally sell gazillions of these things every season. Like right now, all the bass basically and Major League Fishing, they're all doing that northern swing up into smallmouth territory. Dude, I'm telling you, every week we're shipping these to those guys. So you can hear the sound. It's just a very subtle, low-pitch rattle. It casts great, like all OSP crankbaits. It is weighted for true center of gravity. So what that means is, even though the bait is kind of round, the way it's built with the honeycomb body and the perfect center of gravity, it's tight. So it's kind of a hybrid between a wide wobble and a tight wobble, which just makes it a great universal bait. Super easy to get this guy into that 12 to 16 foot zone, right? So excited to get that color in. And then a color that, I'm surprised more people didn't find this online. I just kind of left it an Easter egg. But Nrx Shad, for the first time, is dropped in the Blitz EXDR. I think this is one of the sexiest ones. But there you go. This is a color that was dropped not too long ago in the Louder, right, in the popping bait. But we see it dropped for the first time in the Blitz EXDR. So, you know, OSP crankbaits are amazing crankbaits. If you guys haven't been playing in OSP, start with their crankbaits and their soft plastics. Okay, it's a great place to start. Once you dive in, you will discover the whole line. Okay, so there you go. Okay, Blitz EXDRs back, plus 2 new colors. Scoop those up, and again, I ordered as many as I could, literally. But because they've been out for so long, they probably aren't going to last a really long time. Okay, so if you've been waiting, scoop those up. I saw somebody ask earlier also about the tiny Blitz DR, and I think he said he's been waiting since like November, December. It's been a long time. So those are back this week as well. Okay, plus a couple of new colors. So the tiny Blitz DR is basically just the smaller version. My God, you want to see my fingers? Or do you want to see the baits? Sorry. I got so excited I was trying to hold up too much. Shift there, guy. There you go. Okay, so a couple new colors, new crawl color, Dazzler Baby Gill, all the key colors, right? Tasty Shad, Real Bluegill. All right, so those are back. Here, I'll show you the size difference. The tiny Blitz DR is a much smaller dude, but it's capable of the same dive depth as the Blitz EXDR. So they're both going to get down into that kind of 15-foot zone, which is dope. You can see the size difference, right? So much smaller. There you go. That real gill is a sick color in that little one. So Ghost Minnow in the Blitz EXDR, real gill. Okay, so those are back. Take a look. Again, try to order as heavy as I could, but again, it's just been so long since any of these have been available. So the way OSP does baits, and the reason why you see such huge, gaps of time in between some of these drops, all these brands are limited to capacity for what they can produce, right? And fishing is booming here. It's booming just as big in Japan. So shit's selling out lightning fast, right? So they can only produce so many baits. So they produce a bunch of baits, and every store in Japan gobbles them up. There's no more to be had, right? And so they only produce a bait, like the Blitz EXDR, a couple times a year, because they have to schedule their factory so far out to be like, okay, we'll do Blitzes and Blitz Max DRs this month, and then next month we'll do Durgas and Varunas, and then next month, right? So they got to kind of plan like that. So when they sell out, it's 5 or 6 months before they circle back around, right? So that's why it's important when you see them, scoop them up. Even if you guys aren't throwing crankbaits, which we're all throwing crankbaits. This is crankbait season. But even if you don't need them right away, I would get them while you can get them, because when they're out, they're probably gonna be out for a while. Okay. Okay. Let me get to some questions, and I'll show you a couple soft plastics. Tire Blitz line is the best line of cranks ever made. Dude, it's an amazing one. Okay. Cover scat update. If you didn't hear earlier, July is the ETA on Deps cover scats. Okay. We should see some new Durga colors coming through, so keep your eyes on that. He's not lying. OSP will become your favorite brand. I don't love my OSP. Cool. Glad you guys are getting into it. They make some amazing stuff. Don't sleep on the Deps Vote crankbait. Call me PB last week on the olive crawl. Awesome. Good job, guys. This is, I love the feedback that you guys are using this stuff, and it's working. So, please keep sending that feedback. That's so dope. Looking for Tiny Blitz DR. Cool. Lucky Craft Craypie. That's a great one as well. Okay, cool. Yeah, it sounds like you need a bigger factory. They all need bigger factories, right? But there's no There are no bigger factories. So, you know, everybody's kind of limited to what they can do, right? So for now, we all got to race to get it. Okay. A couple other important key restocks and a couple new colors. Okay. Mimizu are back. Okay. So I didn't expect these to fly out as fast as they did. We sold out so fast, but these are back. If you guys missed out or don't know what the MMZ worm is, this is the night crawler bait. All right. It's like super realistic. All right. It's a crazy bait. It really is. It's designed to look and mimic a real night crawler. You can nose hook it. You can drop shot. You can Nico rig it. You can do a lot of different things with it. So if you guys missed out, it's available in 2 sizes, a regular size and a small size. All the colors are back in that. Okay. So if you've been waiting, those are back. We also see a restock in Dolif Sticks in the 4.5 and 3.5. Okay, so just plain sticks. Okay, so this is, you know, a great weightless option, kind of a Senko alternative. You want it to be a little more aggressive, have a little more wobble. It's usually my go-to. This and the beaver are my go-to, like, free rig baits. So all the key colors in those are back. I see a free rig question. Wanting to get into the free rig, what's the best hook and best way to rig it? Some good plastics to use. Okay, if you're just starting with free rig, the plastics to use, right, are the Dolif stick, the Dolif beaver, okay, which we'll talk about here in a minute, the rock hog from Megabass, right? Those are usually my starting points. Now, you can free rig anything. So like out here, we fish a lake a lot called Lake Pleasant, and they love roboworms. Like, no matter how many times they've been caught on a roboworm, they just want a stupid roboworm, right? So, you know, there are times when they just get super specific on color, like Morning Dawn Red Flake or something like that, right? Where it just gets so honed on that one color that you can free rig a roboworm. You can free rig anything. Okay. So as far as the hook goes, just match the hook to the bait. Okay. I would recommend doing a weedless hook. Okay. And not like a nose hook, because the nature of the free rig, when you're lifting and then lowering your rod so that your weight is coming off and then dropping, if the hook isn't weedless, it has a tendency to wrap on the line. Okay. So I would rig your bait weedless, but whatever hook you need to do is great. Okay. As somebody's mentioning, they crush them on the Dolif craw, right? So yeah, whatever bait fits your fish, you can free rig it. Basically, all it's doing is it's giving, if you fish it correctly, the only thing you really need equipment-wise that's maybe different is you need the round eye drop shot weight. Okay, some kind of round eye weight that can slide up and down your line. Okay, and so when you lift and drop, you're pulling it up and then that weight's falling and you're just giving that bait a chance to kind of fall without, you know, being yanked down by the weight. Another one, Dolif craw, free rig is fire. Sick. Yeah. So play with it. Dolif crawler is a great one too. This is also an amazing shaky head and drop shot worm. It's usually how I use it. But some new color drops in certain sizes. So green pumpkin pink is now in stock in the 4.5. Morning Dawn is now in the 4.5. This would be a great drop shot size. Okay. And then we see Mimizu added in the 5.5 and the 9-inch in the Dolif crawler. So new sizes in that color from OSP this week in that. Okay. And then finally, to wrap it, let's talk about the Dolif beaver. So I was just mentioning that. This is an amazing bait, especially in the free rig jig trailer. The 3-inch works great as a Ned rig. But the 3.5-inch size in the green pumpkin chartreuse, those are back. Okay, we did a big restock a couple weeks ago, and they were gone in no time. So we brought a bunch back. So if you guys missed out or need more, those are back. Okay, the green pumpkin colors in those. We also see 5 new colors in the 3.5 inch. Okay. Now these are going to be saltwater specific colors. So if you guys are fishing salt, or if you're fishing calicos, or really if you're fishing anything kind of inshore or coastal, I would think they would crush these. But a lot of these colors are totally going to switch over and apply to bass as well. No reason not. Let me smell them. Yeah, same exact scent. Yeah, so it's the same material. It's slightly stiffer material. Okay, so they wanted to make it just slightly more durable, so as you're pulling through current, that kind of stuff. But it has the same exact fall. I put it in the tank the other day. It falls exactly the same. So some new colors. Maybe check out Iron Plate Shrimp. That's a pretty dope one. See, like, it's designed for salt, but that would totally crush here for bass as well. Okay, those are back. There's a new orange with gold flake. Okay. There's orange chartreuse. Griff is super excited about this one. So where he fishes, he swears that the crawdads have a lot of orange in them, and orange is like a triggering color. So for sure, we see rootfish red. So kind of an all red, kind of a darker red. It's pretty dope. And we see a pink glow. So pretty bright, like hot pink with like a clear side. So I know a lot of you guys crush them on like the pink hazadong and that kind of stuff. So super dope. Yeah, nice beaver. X. Cheers. Good. You were the guy. All right. That's it. We're done. We can drink beer. We can hang with our family. If you guys have any questions on any of that stuff that I didn't get to, shoot it down below and I will jump to it and definitely get you some answers. If I'm a little slower today, just 'cause I'm hanging with the kid. So, holler at me if you need anything. I appreciate the time. All right. Thank you guys for joining me on a Sunday morning. Thank you for the business. Thank you for chilling. So until next week. All right. Have a great week, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thank you guys. Cheers. Arigato gozaimasu. All right. Jeff will be back next week. I can have someone talk some shit to you, which would be nice. Okay. Cheers, guys. Happy Father's Day.